Hey friends, welcome back to OG Universe. So this is going to be an interesting video. We're going to be talking about the biggest news that has hit McFarlane Toys, the DC Multiverse, the millions of people that enjoy these figures, the collectors, the YouTube channels. Yeah, Mattel has the license for DC moving into 2026. So I didn't want to make a knee-jerk reaction video because I got the news actually on my birthday, and it was the worst birthday present I've had in my life. I have invested 4 years of collecting DC Multiverse. This is the series of figures that got me out of that dark age of not collecting anything and actually selling off my collection. And there was years where I didn't go to comic book stores, I didn't collect action figures, but there was just something about the DC multiverse that just sparked my imagination, my love for these characters, and got me back into collecting. And we're up to almost 357 figures in the collection. Now, we still have the rest of 2025. Yes, the rest of 2025. There has been a lot of videos out there with wrong information, and I didn't want to make a video until I knew the facts, read as much as I could, and really digest what's going on with this license loss, right? So I've heard videos where they're losing it in June. They're not losing it in June. There's no way they're losing it in June. I've heard from McFarlane himself in an interview. He has until the end of the year. So let's just get rid of that confusion. All right. So he has the license to the end of 2025. He's going to be putting out product. Mattel doesn't start their license with DC until midway through 2026. We're not going to see product until probably for the very first time, maybe New York Comic Con for sure. Toy Fair 2026, we'll see the product. We'll see what's taking over for DC. And Todd is still negotiating with Mattel and Warner Brothers to try and make some sort of DC because all they want is to have DC be successful, and everybody wants a piece of this pie. Hopefully, now this is speculation, that he can still continue to make DC Direct items. The animated series, the Batman 66 stuff, now the Super Friends, which I really would like to get. Hopefully, he can still do that. But with Mattel getting the license, it's gonna be different. Now, I don't collect any DC Universe Classic figures. I've never collected them. I just never liked the size, the sculpted details wasn't there, the articulation wasn't for me. And I know that line lasted a long time with Mattel, and I was extremely successful. But this is a different Mattel. So there's a couple things about the acquiring of this license from Mattel that have really worried me. But I'm an optimistic person. I try to think and be thinking about the best things that could happen out of this license. So, for starters, McFarlane losing this license, we're not going to get these 7-inch DC Multiverse figures that I love and we all really enjoy. And I've had so much fun customizing, doing toy surgery, building this massive collection. But Mattel, there's three things that uh, kind of make me a little bit leery, but then the optimistic person in me says, no, we're going to be okay. We are going to be okay because, as you can see, we got a plethora of action figures in front of us. We got some G.I. Joe figures. We got Masters of the Universe Masterverse. We got our beautiful DC Multiverse. We got our 4 figures right there, some of my favorites. We even got some Marvel Legends, plus we even got some Masters of the Universe figures here, some brand new ones from the Masterverse series. So, what I'm thinking, and a lot of people I've seen online have put up pictures of a figure that came out 12 to 15 years ago and saying, this is what we're getting from Mattel. So it's always that, people are angry. They're spewing out this toxic venom because they're so angry about losing this license that they're just going to do anything they can to stir the pot, get people's reactions, and get people's blood boiling. And it's really not fair to do that because, like, a figure that came out 12 to 15 years ago, yeah, it's probably going to suck unless it's probably made by McFarlane Toys, right? That's pretty much it. Or if it's a Transformer that maybe it's really good, Takara one, but for the most part, there's going to be some inadequacies compared to what we get now. So, as you can see, Masterverse, I'm really banking on Mattel doing the new DC collector style, adult collector style of figures in the Masterverse vein. They have made some spectacular figures in this collection. Right here is a custom I worked on, but the body buck is from Mattel. It's a Master of the Universe Masterverse figure. I added some more paint, put a Marvel Legend head sculpt on, and this is my 2000X version of He-Man. I love it, but I had to do toy surgery because Mattel has not made a perfect looking He-Man head. And that worries me because it took McFarlane Toys quite a while to make that quintessential body buck for Superman, which we got right here. We got a beautiful head sculpt from Action Comics. We've got our distinct, decisive Superman. Mattel has had this Masterverse going for about probably 4 years right now, and we have not got that perfect head sculpt. That worries me because if they can't do He-Man right, how are they going to get Superman right? Batman, Green Lantern, The Flash, they have mass. I think they can do a good job with that. The body bucks, I'm praying it's not 6-inch. If it's 6-inch, I doubt if I'm going to collect it. I don't like my 6-inch superheroes. Well, Marvel Legends I kind of like. I'm really growing into, but look at the scale that we got here, guys. We got a massive Death's Head. That's almost 7.5 inches. Hercules, which is almost 7. And then we got a regular 6-inch Captain America and a 4.5-inch Wolverine. Like, the scale is everywhere because that's the way the Marvel Universe is. You can sort of integrate some of these Marvel Legends, the bigger ones, into DC Multiverse, your Masters of the Universe figures from Mattel. You can do that. But if we go strictly into a 6-inch line, that would be great for those Marvel Legends collectors. I'm starting to get into Marvel Legends and appreciate them. But to have any kind of crossover with DC Multiverse is not going to happen. And I am very much in the favor of 7-inch figures, just because I love 7-inch figures. They got more chunky plastic, they're better quality, there's more details. You can get a little more out of them. It seems like a better value for your dollar as well. So that's another concern. Hopefully it's 7-inch scale. Now the biggest concern I have as well, the third biggest, is living in Canada, we don't get Mattel action figures. You go to any retail store, Walmart, Toys R Us, GameStop, we don't get those in Canada. We don't get any Turtles of Grayskull, any Origins, Cartoon Collection, or Masterverse. All of these Masterverse figures I've purchased in the past probably like 8 months have been through my comic book store. Turtles of Grayskull, Cartoon Collection, which I've built up a really great collection I absolutely love, including the Castle Grayskull I picked up for a steal to go with that Cartoon Collection. I've had to pick this stuff up at online retailers in Canada or Facebook Marketplace or my comic book store. I'm really worried that the distribution to Canada from Mattel is going to be really wonky, just like the Masters of the Universe stuff. And we're not going to get figures at Walmart, Toys R Us. We're not going to be able to pre-order our DC figures from GameStop because they've never carried Masters of the Universe except for that first year. So it's very, very worrisome that we will have to do a day trip to the States or order stuff from Canadian retailers at inflated pricing because Mattel stuff is more expensive than McFarlane. There's no doubt about that. In Canada, we're looking at $25 for a DC Multiverse figure. A Masters of the Universe Masterverse figure, even Origins, Turtles of Grayskull at comic book stores and online retailers are anywhere from $29 to $44. With this license, I could see these figures being about $35 Canadian. If they come to retail, if they're online, they'll be anywhere from probably $35 to $40, maybe $45. That's disappointing too. So the value, man, these figures, I'm telling you, Mattel, you better not screw this up. Man, when I got the news that this line of DC Multiverse figures is coming to an end in 2025, I was really sad and I was really disappointed. Not in McFarlane because he's done his best. It's just Mattel is a mega corporation compared to McFarlane Toys. So DC thinks they can make more money. Go for it. Will the quality be there? Damn well better be, because there's going to be a lot of disappointment from a lot of collectors, including myself. So that's why I'm kind of showing Marvel Legends. I'm showing some of my Masterverse and these brand new G.I. Joe figures I just picked up. I'm going to be diversifying the channel. Yep, because we're OG Universe. We're not OG DC Multiverse. And I came really close to naming the channel that when I first started things out. So in hindsight, I guess I'm glad I didn't. But I'm still going to be doing DC Multiverse reviews, hauls, toy surgeries, epic battles, verses. I'm going to be doing all that stuff because I love this line. And it has been such an amazing experience collecting this line, sharing my thoughts and opinions, my passion with all of you that watch my videos. It has truly been an honor doing that. And I'm going to continue doing that. Even after the line is dead and gone, I still have so many figures that I haven't even opened that we could keep going and doing DC Multiverse. And we will make that a mainstay of this channel. We're still going to be doing toy surgeries. I know down the road, hey, we still got lots to go in 2025. We're only in March, beginning of March. We got lots of DC Multiverse figures coming from McFarlane. I know he's going to push and try and get the most out of his molds, the most out of this license, and make as much money as he can and please the fans. Because we saw at Toy Fair, man, Hawk Girl looks incredible. I can't wait to get that figure along with Supergirl. Oh, there's so many great figures coming out this year. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. We got New San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con. We're going to see a lot more figures there, I'm sure. And that'll be it, guys. So we're going to diversify the channel. We're going to integrate some G.I. Joe. I think that's a great line. It was one of my favorite lines as a kid. I collected this. I think it was one of the first lines, as well as a Teen Titans comic. These are the first two things I started collecting as a kid, and I absolutely love these new G.I. Joe figures. I think they're outstanding. I can't wait to deep dive into these guys. There's probably about 60 to 70 figures I'm going to be purchasing within the next probably 2 to 3 months. So it's going to be exciting for me. My Master of the Universe collection keeps growing. We're going to do toy surgeries. We're going to build up an amazing Master of the Universe collection in all aspects. The Thundercats and He-Man collaboration is coming out in April. Can't wait for that. Marvel Legends, they've been hit and miss with me. These are some of my favorites here. These four are probably the favorite figures I have out of my Marvel Legends purchases. We got some really nice ones coming out in June. I can't wait to get Dakin, Adam Warlock. Those are going to be awesome. I got a huge list of figures on my Amazon kind of saved list that I'm going to be picking up. There's some great Avengers, some X-Men figures, a couple Spider-Man figures as well. So we're going to be continuing that. It's going to be interesting. What holds for our future? We're still going to be doing DC Multiverse. We're expanding the lineup of action figures to really encompass a collector's feel. And there's a lot to collect these days. There's some great stuff. And it was really between G.I. Joe and Transformers. But I think G.I. Joe is a better bet for me because they're more readily available in my area. Where I live in Winnipeg, it is a Transformers rabid fan base that purchase figures. If you saw something at Toys R Us, within 2-3 days, the shelves are clear. The new waves come in and they go out just as quick. GameStop, same thing. So I can appreciate the fan base and people love that stuff. That's great. G.I. Joe, I could find actually some figures at retail GameStops and at our Toys R Us's. So I think, and they're a good price point. They're like from $24 to $25 all the way up to about $32. Plus, I get my 15% off discount at GameStop. So it's going to help the wallet out, purchasing figures and getting deals. So I'm really excited to embark on that journey. I am very sad, though, to lose DC Multiverse. It really hit me hard, guys. That's why I didn't make a video when the news broke. I didn't want to make any knee-jerk reaction videos without the proper knowledge. Because I want to make sure that if you're watching this video, you're getting the proper knowledge. You know, you're not getting, the DC license is ending in June. I know there's a lot of misinformation out there, and a lot of people jumped the gun and maybe just didn't get all the news. I waited to make sure I heard it from Todd's mouth himself. He's got the line till the end of 2025, guys. So we got a lot of figures to get, a lot of stuff. We got a lot of good surprises, I'm sure, for the rest of the year. And I will still be collecting DC Multiverse and sharing my passion. and some other passions that I have as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I want you to comment. Leave comments and let me know your feelings about the DC Multiverse license. DC going to Mattel. What you want to see on the channel. Do you want to see more Masterverse? Do you want to see Turtles of Grayskull? Do you want to see more Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe? Let me know, because really this channel, I do it for my enjoyment, kind of peace of mind sometimes, and I gotta get some of these thoughts that I have in my head out. But I want to make sure that we have a broad audience, a lot of people with a lot of things that everyone enjoys and share a passion with, and we can really build a strong collectors community and have some fun doing it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon in the next video. Take care, guys.